God of War is a game that has a whole lot of this, a whole lot of this, and a whole lot of that. And it's also, quite surprisingly, a game with a fantastic, meaningful story with tons of memorable moments and is probably the best game of 2018 so far. Sorry guys.
Come on,
whatever,
man.
That's
That's
not
not
even
fair.
fair.
It's
You
so
don't even matter
unfair.
to me. It's fucking bullshit. So this is the latest game in the God of War series that the good folks down at Sony decided to simply title God of War, which is a brilliant naming scheme that's never been done before, except for Tomb Raider, and Thief, and Doom, and Mortal Kombat, and Prey, and SimCity. You see where I'm going with this? And this is actually the first God of War game I've played. I mean, I know about the others and how they're famous for their crazy cinematic moments and oh so much blood. But because this is my first, I'm gonna try to judge it as its own thing. And as its own thing, it's a fucking awesome thing. The story is about Kratos taking his son Atreus up to the highest mountain in all the realms so they can spread his mother's ashes per her request. It's a pretty simple premise, and what I like is that it all gets off to a very quick start. You boot up the game and it's just like, okay, so mum's dead, you gotta climb a mountain and you can figure the rest out on the way, you big bearded bitch. And maybe in another game I'd criticize it for the lack of pacing, but in a game like this, where at least on the surface we're all here for the oh shit, it's nice that it lets you get right into the action, and it manages to tell you its very interesting story on the way without slowing down or getting in the way of the gameplay. Some of my favourite bits were when Kratos and Atreus were just walking or sailing along and shooting the shit. I mean, yeah, I know there are people who think this whole dynamic is copying The Last of Us, but that just makes no sense to me. That game didn't invent the mentor-mentee relationship. I mean, it is kind of copying The Last of Us in other ways, but we'll get to that. Now, I was kind of nervous about Atreus in the beginning because I think a tag-along in a game can make or break the whole experience. On the one hand, Elizabeth, on the other hand, Ashley, or even Baby Mario. Oh god, no! But thankfully, Atreus is definitely on the good side. His curiosity and wanderlust goes perfectly with Kratos' anger and strictness. They complement each other very well, I think, and I was quite surprised with how much I ended up liking both of them, especially Kratos. I mean, I'm not usually a fan of the whole tough, angry, no-nonsense, macho man thing, but Kratos really grew on me. Maybe because you can tell he's trying so hard to be a good dad and do what's best for his son, whilst also trying to escape his past, hide his inner demons, and protect Atreus from the reality of who he really is. He has so many things he needs to not fuck up, and even though he can be an asshole at times, I generally sympathized with him. Same with Atreus. I mean, he's constantly trying to get his father's approval and make him proud, but from his point of view, it seems like Kratos only has like two emotions: pissed off and very nearly pissed off. They're both flawed characters, but they're at their best when they're working together. They help each other, they teach each other, and I think that's what makes them such a great duo. But hey, that stuff is all well and good, but this is a fucking God of War game, and I'm thinking it's about time we got to the action, baby. Oh god, oh wait, no, wait, this is too much, it's too scary. Jesus Christ, the combat in this game is absolutely ferocious. Your attacks and abilities feel like they have so much weight behind them, and it's all immensely satisfying. And it's wonderfully varied too. You got your light attacks, heavy attacks, combos, counters, you can use your weapons or your fists, you can throw your axe, have Atreus shoot his bow, go into a rage, which is incredible, and there are so many special attacks and abilities to unlock, like this one where you go whee! It made all the fights incredibly fun and satisfying to beat, especially the boss fights. I won't lie, I was pretty disappointed with the lack of variety in a lot of these fights. I mean, there are only so many times you can kill a troll with its own giant rock! I said rock. But they're still fucking awesome, and I like how you get one of the best fights right at the beginning of the game, where the guy's just like, BAM! And that's another thing, this game is jam-packed with these amazing, exciting moments, and at the beginning I kinda thought, bah, I've played more video games than I've been on dates. but by a very large number. Ain't no $1 million moment gonna impress me, Larry. But what do you know, I was wrong as usual, and it was actually really cool to see what insane moments the game could think of. It ain't all testosterone-powered action though, the gameplay is actually more mixed than that. Alongside the fights, there are also quite a few puzzles to solve and exploration whilst Kratos and Atreus talk to each other, which is where The Last of Us inspiration shows its head even more. It's actually nice to have some downtime between the— Oh god. Oh, come on, man, there are children present! Especially when it furthers the story. And I shouldn't even have to waste my breath telling you how stunningly good looking the game is, from the unbelievably remarkable environments to the scarily detailed character models. Oh shit, I just wasted my breath, didn't I? So yeah, God of War is fucking great. I mean, I do have some nitpicks. For example, there's quite a lot of that Uncharted style climbing where you just follow a linear path, press one button every now and then, and that's it. I mean, maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but that shit's boring as hell. Also, there's quite a lot of RPG elements, like constantly having to buy or upgrade your armor and equipping talismans that change up how you play ever so slightly. I mean, in a game like this, there's really no need for that kind of stuff. I mean, I can't imagine Kratos saying, "I shall defeat you, foul beast!" right after I figure out which symbol is best for me. What the fuck does runic mean again? But in the grand scheme of things, these problems don't really mean much. God of War is a brilliant game on every level. The gameplay makes you feel like a badass when you tear a guy in half or kick him off a mountain, or when you open a chest like BAM! The story is way better than I thought it would be, with likable characters, an interesting world, and two great heroes. It's got epic moments, gorgeous visuals, no microtransaction pay-to-win bullshit. It's just great. It's just all around a fucking great game, and I cannot recommend it enough. Seriously, you should go play it right now. Like right now, right this second. I don't understand why you're still here. Why are you still watching this? Go play God of War. Now!